Hello everybody, it's your boy the Chaotic Weeb, and welcome back to a brand new video, as well as part 2 to What If Kid Goku Went Super Saiyan. Last time we discussed that, a scene that a lot of people talked about that a Kid Goku could have gone Super Saiyan was when Krillin died in the King Piccolo saga. That would have been a good time for Goku to go Super Saiyan, but we've already discussed, all the technicalities of that. But we left off on somewhat of a cliffhanger of Frieza invading Earth with the clear goal to obtain the Dragon Balls because those scouters on Vegeta, Raditz, and Nappa's head, Frieza was listening. And when Frieza arrives, hundreds of Frieza Force goons come out of his ship, similar to the Resurrection F saga and movie. A lot of these goons are coming out with the clear goal: kill everyone and get the Dragon Balls. And unlike Namek, the Earthlings don't really know what Dragon Balls are. So these alien-looking dudes are coming towards them saying, hey, we're the Dragon Balls, and they're like, what's that? And of course they die. So it's very ruthless, a lot more ruthless than it was on Namek. But unlike, on the Namek saga, Frieza doesn't leave his ship, because I think it's mentioned how Earth is a very small planet compared to most others. So he sends the Doria and Zarbon to lead the Force, because in his mind, it shouldn't really take all that long. However, poor Krillin, he was spotted by Dodoria, and he's being chased by Dodoria, and he's actually caught relatively quickly, considering these Z-Fighters are a lot weaker than they were in our timeline. However, Yamcha is there to make the save, and maybe, just maybe, Yamcha and Krillin could beat Dodoria 2-on-1. Well, Krillin's power level is about 1500, Yamcha's at 1480, Dodoria's at 22,000. Yeah, it's not looking good for them as Dodoria beats the fuck out of the two. He pummels them relatively easily. They get some good cheap shots on Dodoria, some tricky shots. Bulma tries to radio in Goku. She's successful, so he's on his way, even though, he can pretty much sense that something's going on. Because Krillin and Yamcha, they're not doing too well. They're really not. They've never fought. Well, technically they have fought aliens. Piccolo. But of course, Goku arrives and he immediately powers up to Super Saiyan, and Dodoria's scouter blows up on his face, because that's a power level of about 400,000 right there, buddy. And scouters back in the day, they don't do great. They were pretty terrible at reading power levels, especially power levels that go up to 400,000. But as you can see, his base is at 8,000, which is what it was when it was honestly less than that. Less than what he does about a year after training with King Kai, because he never died. Of course, Goku, runs Dodoria off, because Dodoria sees this, his power level goes shattered, he's like, yeah, I'm not doing this shit anymore, fuck that. And he leaves. And of course, since his scouter's broke, he's lost, he's trying to get back to Lord Frieza. But Vegeta's here to take out the trash, and Vegeta's not alone. He kills straight out Dodoria, and Raditz and Nappa are still there, because, they've been going on and off of Earth multiple times. They're trying to get stronger to beat Goku, trying to learn the Super Saiyan power. Vegeta mostly. Raditz and Nappa are just guinea pigs at this point. But Raditz's power level, it's about 5,000. Vegeta's at 25,000, and Nappa is at 12,000. So they're stronger. Raditz is still weaker than Goku's base, however. Goku takes Krillin and Yamcha to the lookout, not the lookout, but to Korn's tower to get some senzu beans, and then heads up to the lookout where, they rest. And Krillin's like, Goku, man, what the hell are we gonna do? These guys are too powerful. And then they notice that, entire town's being destroyed because Zarbon is here. And he destroys an entire city. It could be any city, it don't matter. But he does find the 4-star Dragon Ball per Frieza's request. Of course, they don't have a Dragon Radar, but Bulma does head up to the lookout to bring, the radar to whoever. Probably Krillin or Yamcha and Goku. Probably those three. But, of course, Goku is also now sensing that Vegeta has entered the battle, and that Vegeta, Raditz, and Nappa are there to fight good old Zarbon. Of course, Zarbon is easily overwhelmed in his base form, so he has to transform, because, those three are very powerful at this point, a lot stronger than his base. However, once he transforms, he kind of smacks the three around. Nappa puts up the best fight because he's a big dude. However, just because you're a big dude doesn't mean you're going to win. Zarbon wins the fight, giving those three a Zenkai boost once they recover. Raditz is now at 8,000. Vegeta at 37,000. Nappa at 18,000. And of course, Goku does show up to make the save after a while, because, you know, it's kind of like happens in real life in the main timeline where Zarbon just leaves them for dead. Goku comes in, gives them Zensu Bean, or they just recover on their own. Once he comes back, he this time, instead of running into Bulma, he runs into Goku, and Goku beats him without a problem. Now, Frieza's kind of freaking out. He's like, why are all my men dying? What the hell's going on? So he's getting pissed off. He's calling up everybody. Like, where's Dodoria? Dead. Zarbon? Dead. Why don't I have anybody? And then he calls up the Ginyu Force. Of course, Goku and Vegeta will, of course, have to, like, cross paths soon. So Goku's like, hey, buddy. And then, as you know, he's trying to convince Vegeta to join. Vegeta senses, or... Now, I'll leave this up to you. He's either learning how to sense, you know, how to sense ki, or he's still got the scatter. I'll let you decide. But Vegeta does notice that the Ginyu Force rules. Anyway, the Ginyu Force has arrived, and the first line of defense is, of course, the Saiyan Trio, and Vegeta easily manhandles Goldo. No diff. However, once Raccoon, he gets involved, and he's beating the fuck out of the Saiyan Trio. It's not even a competition. It's a slaughter. So Goku does have to get involved, and he has to go Super Saiyan to beat Raccoon. So there's that. And of course, everyone else, the rest of the Z Fighters are there to take the finish off. Jace, they finish off Birder. Ginyu's the hardest one of all. However, Goku going to Super Saiyan. You know, Ginyu could still, you know, transfer bodies between Goku and him. However, he's not going to learn how to do Super Saiyan, so there's really no problem. Ginyu gets taken care of relatively easier than he does in the main timeline. However, Frieza's done playing around. He's done. He sees Goku with the blonde hair and thinking that's his base form. Of course, that ain't doing nothing. However, Frieza's many, many times more powerful. Maybe not many. He's like 500,000. Goku's up at 400,000, so Frieza still beats Goku. Like, he beats Goku down. The Saiyan Trio tries to get involved, thinking they can take on Frieza, because they got a Zenkai boost. Frieza's beating down everybody. It's not like they beat down... Frieza's just playing with these guys now. And Piccolo, who's been on the sidelines, he doesn't want to help. He doesn't. Kami has to summon him to the lookout. Like, Piccolo, you've got to help them. Why should I? You live here, don't you? Oh, fuck, you're right. So... You know, it's like a lot of debating back and forth, kind of like how in the Cell Saga, however, the stakes are much higher because Frieza's there and he could destroy the planet outright. But Kamikolo does still happen a lot earlier than this timeline. And of course, as Frieza's beating down the Z Fighters, Piccolo does show up. However, he's not strong enough to contend with base Frieza, his first form. And Frieza kills Krillin. He kills Krillin. Krillin taking another death, which causes Goku to get super angry, and he goes into Super Saiyan 2. His rage powers him up to Super Saiyan 2. And so his current power level in base is around 16,000. It's doubled since this whole thing's happened. And now he's in Super Saiyan 2. He's hit 1.6 million, which, you know, kind of gives Frieza like, wait, monkey, I can transform too. And Goku's going to let him because he does Goku things. And of course he transforms into his second form, which Vegeta's kind of freaking out. He's like, you moron, why did you let him transform? And, you know, Frieza is getting his ass kicked because Goku in Super Saiyan 2 is still stronger, but like 600,000 power levels. However you want to say it. Goku is still stronger, so Frieza transforms again. Goku lets him. And it's a much even fight. Goku might be a little bit more stronger now because, you know, he just saw his best friend die. You know, Gohan tries to get involved with Piccolo. He's like, no, down, boy. So, Gohan's still trying to help his father. Doesn't happen. Goku and Frieza keep doing their battle, but Goku still has an edge, so Frieza transforms again, and we get Super Saiyan 2 Goku versus Final Form Frieza. And now Frieza is overtaking the fight. He is many, many, many times more powerful than Goku, even in Super Saiyan 2 at this point, because Goku, you know, didn't train for a year under King Kai, and it really hasn't been that long since, you know, the Saiyans arrived. So, you know, Raditz, you know, he kind of, you know, talks down with Goku's like, let me help. You do what you need to do. They come up with a plan. So, Raditz and Piccolo, they are trying to distract Frieza for 5 minutes. You know that joke. And, you know, they don't stand a chance. Like, Piccolo's many times stronger than Raditz, however, he's like, you know, Raditz might even go into his Great Ape form, potentially, if it's nighttime. Or they could have done a, you know, shake powder, whatever, the mix, the Power Ball, to turn him into a Great Up, as well as Vegeta and Nappa. But Goku does get the Spirit Bomb ready. He flings that bitch at Frieza. It's very similar. There's a sense of, oh, finally we did it. However, Frieza's back. Guess who's back? Back again. Frieza's here, and he's actually about to shoot Goku, and then Raditz steps in front of him, but then Vegeta steps in him because he's so macho. And it ain't because he's protecting Raditz, because he wants to show off how powerful he is against Frieza, because he thinks he's achieved Super Saiyan. Spoiler, he didn't, but he doesn't die because he has so many quote-unquote allies there with him. And it's kind of like the final battle against Super Perfect Cell, where everyone has to get involved, and it's a giant beam struggle, kinda. Yamcha with the Kamehameha, Gohan with the Kamehameha, because I don't think he has the Masenko. Piccolo's got it, though. Raditz with the Double Sundae, Nappa with a Bomber XD, Vegeta Gallic Gun. Everyone's doing a beam, and with the combined powers, Frieza is taken care of. Frieza is dead. But what now? Multiple Earthlings have died. Krillin's dead. What do we do? Tune in next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is the Catacweeb saying, peace.